how to align with the perfection of the universe, how to align with the power of God so that you can harness it to manifest and attract the things that you want into your life. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. Let's dive right into the video. Alright, so I just finished making a video. I was having so much fun. I was enjoying it so much. And I was so involved into it that I forgot about everything around me. And as the video ended and I finished and I came out of that energy, I was like, whoa, I literally haven't even breathed in a while. And what I was thinking was how amazing it is that literally you have an unconscious system that literally is like, you might be lost in these words. You might have been scrolling on the internet before. You might have been attending to some other venture or something. And you didn't have to remind yourself to breathe your heart. You don't have to remind your large intestines to digest your food, right? It's just happening. You're like the fact that your heart is just beating and pulsing blood through like supposedly like millions and millions and millions of miles of veins. Just the fact that there's millions and millions of miles of veins supposedly inside of it, that's just crazy to me. And the fact that this thing is so intelligent, your heart, that it's doing all of that, and the fact that your brain is projecting consciousness and energy in a way that allows you to like be here in this experience right now is crazy. And all of that isn't things that you had to consciously do. Now, we live in a world that is so focused on, I gotta do it, I gotta figure everything out, and I gotta do it. It's the exact opposite of the way we got here. You didn't have to figure out your heartbeat, right? Like, I don't know how it works. I don't even know how electricity works. Like, yeah, I just plug in my toaster and I make toast, but I don't even know how to use, I don't even like know that much about it. I just know that if I flip the switch, it's gonna come on and my lights are gonna come on, and I just know that I'm seeing colors right now, and I have certain thoughts right now, and that I have the ability to think into the future and the past, and I have a self-concept, but like, I don't really like know that, but like, it's just happening, and it's the same for you. And what happens is we don't apply that. Like, if that could occur, where this perfection of the universe is here right now, we didn't even really have to do very much. We just had to allow it to happen. What do you think could happen in your life if you could harness that same intelligence? Like, my dad he tore 3 of his rotator cuffs. You have 4, I think, and he tore 3 of them. And so apparently when you tear 3 of them, they can't just repair the rotator cuffs. They have to use a cadaver patch that they put in that's non-cellularized. And what happens is they put that into the shoulder, and it's non-cellularized with these little tiny, 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 tiny holes. And what happens is it only works 80% of the time. It's going to work for my dad. But what happens is the blood flow and the muscle tissue responds to that, and it grows through all the tiny holes in the cadaver patch, and like this intelligence of your muscle in your shoulder grows into this like object that we put in that mimics the function of the rotator cuffs. It's this intelligence that's just happening. It's this infinite intelligence that's always here, always available. And don't you think that same intelligence can help you achieve your financial goals? Like, just using common rational like deductive reasoning, if it could do that, like if we could and if we could give it an image of what we wanted financially or spiritually or in relationships, don't you think that intelligence could help? So the first step is really knowing clearly what you want and having that clear image. That's why I always talk about my success hypnosis. You can download it down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com, right there down below. It's free, and you can use that to start to train your thought patterns. Because it's like, all right, there's an intelligence of the universe, right? And that intelligence is doing all of these magnificent things that we already spoke of. And including, but not limited to, the way that it's just like growing back over the cadaver patch on the shoulder, and there's this infinite intelligence in all these cells that's like making it respond in that way, that's allowing my dad's shoulder to like come back to life, essentially. Well, how did that all happen? The doctor had a clear image of it had a design, and that design was like, this shoulder being healed, and this patch will go in, and then the infinite intelligence of the body is going to respond to it, and it's going to mimic the functions of the rotator cuffs. So the common thread right there is we gave infinite intelligence a clear picture or image of what we wanted. And we allowed it to unfold. And that's what the law of attraction is about. That's what manifesting is about, is that you are a part of an infinitely powerful universe. And if you can form the clear pictures of what you want and build your vibration in alignment with it in the same way that it is a natural unfolding, and it's like there's nothing to it, for it to beat our heart and regrow the tissue in the shoulders and do all of these amazing things in the same natural unfoldment process, you can naturally unfold your desires and your dreams and your goals. But you have to trust that. So comment down below, I trust the perfection of the universe. I trust the perfection of the universe. Comment down below, I trust the perfection of the universe. And what happens is, much like a seed that you put in the ground, most people pick the seed back up like a day later, metaphorically speaking, right? If you put a seed in the ground, you can't pick it back up if you want it to become an orange tree. You got to let it grow. But what most people do is the seed gets into the ground, then they pull it back up, and that's what they do. They form the design, the image, over to infinite intelligence, and they say, I want this house, this is my dream house, I got it all mapped out, here's where I want to live, I want to be on this street, I want this thing, and here's my whatever. And then what happens is they try to take it over. The term ego, I love the way Wayne Dyer said, he said, ego is EGO, edging God out. And it's this part of ourselves that then is like, I need to figure it all out. And then it's like, well, it's not happening yet. Well, I just decided the house that I want is the law of attraction work. And then we get all wrapped up in the details of it. And we get so wrapped up in the impossibilities of it. You don't need to get wrapped up about the fact that your heart's going to beat, or like when you eat your food, you're not like, is my intestines going to like digest the food? Like what's going to happen? Is it going to come back? Like what's going to... You know that it works. You know it's a natural creative process, and it's the same way. So comment down below, I trust the perfection of the universe. I trust the perfection of God. You are an individualization of God. You are a part of the perfection of the universe. You can catch the wind if you want to catch the wind when you're on a sailboat in the bay. Or you cannot. Right? You can move with it, or you can not put the sails up. That's up to you. That's your free will. You can move with the perfection of the universe or not, but it starts with you trusting it. It starts with you becoming aware of it firstly. Most of us spend our entire lives unaware that there's this powerful intelligence that not only regrows the cells in your shoulder when you put the cadaver patch in and beats your heart and does all these things, that it's also governing and working, co-creating with you to create your life. That in this participatory universe, you and it are creating together. So hold the image of what you want. Trust the perfection of the universe, that in the same way that it's going to go through all the natural functions to make the cells come out and do all these things, that when you get the image of what you want, you pass it over to the universe and you let go of it and you move in inspired directions. When inspired things happen, certain people show up, and then it leads to a certain conversation or a certain opportunity, that you just follow that path instead of trying to figure it all out. So today, what I'm inviting you to do is to trust that there is a perfect universe that you are a part of. Literally trust. And it's one thing to say it, but it's another thing to feel it. There's an intellectual aspect to everything, and there's a spiritual aspect. Spirituality is experiencing it. Intellectual is that you can understand it on a mental concept. You can mentally understand that you have the ability to create your own reality. People, yeah, sure, I get it. I watch the videos, I get it. But it's another thing to literally experience that connection to God right now. Like, God's all around you. The perfection of the universe is here supporting you. Like, it's loving you at every second with the way that it's been beating your heart this whole time and the blood running through you this whole time and all of these things. That's literally God in the universe loving you, I believe. And so when you can trust in that natural process and you can surrender your higher visions to your life to it, and you can say, look, universe, I know you've done all these amazing things to make my existence possible. And here's my vision for my life. And I trust that this is already a reality in a higher dimension, and that with you, that you will bring the right people, places, and things into my life for me to have my dream home, my dream car, my dream life, whatever it is that you want to create using this creative process. But it all begins with you trusting it the same way you trust your own heartbeat. So comment down below, I trust the beauty of God. I trust the beauty of God. And make sure you download my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. You know, I say it in every video, and the reason that I do is because one of the things that stops us from working with that creative power is thought patterns that have been instilled in our subconscious. And you can eliminate those, and you can build your subconscious to one of success and abundance and prosperity. And it's so important. It changed my life. Over 200,000 people from all over the world have used it. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's right there down below. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification right over there. And remember, as you're hitting the bell notification, like, just the fact that your arm is moving, all these little muscles, and they're sending a signal to your brain to do it, that is literally God loving you. That is literally the perfection of the universe. And you're a part of it. And doesn't that make you, like, happy? Like, doesn't that make you excited about life today? And that you can just form a clear image of what you want, connect to the power of the universe, and that it's going to naturally unfold just as beautifully and naturally as when you plant a seed in the ground it fruits. So have an absolutely beautiful day, and talk to you next time.